Hi friends, Wandering Pastor on another beautiful day here in Michigan, late summer day. And I want to talk to you about another one of the end times questions that have been submitted to me. And that is, how will we know it's moving there? How will we know, what will it be like in our world around the end times? How can we pay attention but not be, over zealous about it? How can we not be fixated on it but pay attention and know what's going on? And there are some clues that we are given in the scripture. Jesus talked a lot about it in what's called the Olivet Discourse in Matthew chapter 24 and 25. Let me just read a couple of those verses there. I'll begin, in verse 4. He says, "Don't let anyone mislead you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Messiah. They will deceive many, and you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. But don't panic about these things. These things must take place. But the end won't follow immediately. Nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes and pestilences in many parts of the world. But all of this is just the first of the birth pains, with many more to come." Birth pains. I've never felt them before, but those that have, including my wife, say that they start small and they build intensely. They get closer and closer together and stronger so that you can't just pretend that they're not there. You have to pay attention to them. And that's what Jesus is saying here. The world will become more and more violent, more and more divided, more and more chaotic, more and more tumultuous. There will be more earthquakes, more famines, more pestilences, and we will start to see those things. And we'll, of course, try, as a human would, to stop those things, to stop the wars, to stop the divisions and so on. But we won't be able to, because this isn't just a temporary setback. This is God's judgment that is coming upon the world. And He's telling us beforehand so that when we start to see it, we will pay attention. I think that's the importance of studying this stuff, because the birth pains will get closer together and more intense, and we want to be paying attention. And he continues, he's talking to his followers, I believe, "Then you will be arrested, persecuted, and killed. You will be hated all over the world because you are my followers. And many will turn away from me and betray and hate each other. And many false prophets will appear and will deceive many people. Sin will be rampant everywhere, and the love of many will grow cold." And that's a pretty telling situation that many believe, and I'm one of them, is close to what is happening now. Now, it doesn't stop there. Actually, Paul wrote about it too. The Apostle Paul wrote about it in 2 Timothy chapter 3. He says this, "You should know this, Timothy, that in the last days there will be very difficult times. For people will love only themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud. They will scoff at God. They will be disobedient to their parents. They will be ungrateful. They will consider nothing sacred. They will be unloving and unforgiving. They will slander others and have zero self-control. They will be cruel, and they will hate what is good. They will betray their friends. They will be reckless. They will be puffed up with pride and love pleasure rather than God. They will act religious, but they will actually reject the power that could make them holy. Stay away from people like that." So one of the things Paul is saying there is that in the end times, people will be different. They will be more hateful, more divisive, and this division will even happen within the church. Even those people who claim to be followers of Christ will begin, like Jesus said, to turn on each other, to betray and hate each other. There will be hatred, division within the church. There will be another verse, passage in 1 Timothy, I believe it is, chapter 4, talks about people rejecting the truth and beginning to believe lies and believe things that in the past they would have known to be untrue, but now they're, I guess, enlightened, and they're starting to believe things that are now lies. And they're trying to find teachers who will teach them whatever they want. And I guess one of the things that makes me consider all this is, that seemed to be pretty clear of what's going on, not only in our culture, but also in many churches today. People are changing core doctrines of what they believe to fit in, because they want to be, they want to be popular. They want to be receptive to everybody. And they, as a result, they give up some of the core things that the Scripture teaches. So, are we in the end times? Well, pay attention. Look around. Have an honest look and say, man, given these Scriptures and given what we've seen over the past few years, past 5 years in particular, maybe we are. And if we are, or if we're even thinking we are, once again, we better be ready. And what does that mean to be ready? It means to have faith in Jesus Christ, and not a faith that is just sort of in word only, not a faith that's just a Sunday morning faith, but an actual life-changing faith where I'm seeking His will, I'm seeking His leadership, I'm humbling myself before Him, I'm repenting of my sin, I'm trying to get right with Him, and I'm trying to help others to know about Him as well, because that's the reason I'm putting these out, is because I want you not only as a Christian to know what these clues are, but I want those who don't believe to know what the clues are, because the time may be short. And I don't want you to be ignorant about these things, because I care, okay? Well, Wandering Pastor saying, peace, have a good day.